Hey everybody, for some reason my thumbnail for the beginning of my video wouldn't load, so I might have to go back and do that. Who knows? Oh, Jesse's making groany sounds. You okay, old woman? Are you okay? Yeah, we'll get some food in you in a minute. So today I was just going to talk about taking action when you are using the law of attraction to your advantage. So when we want to change something or work on a goal or make something new, whatever, you want something, you have a desire, you want to go towards it, you want to use the law of attraction to attract that to you. And so, a lot of people that have watched The Secret get this idea like, all I have to do is think about the new car, sit in my chair, act like I'm shifting gears, and then in a couple weeks, my new car is going to be there. Okay, so part of that is true, but the other part is taking action when you're aligned with that feeling. So your feelings are so important, like your emotions, how you feel. How do you feel every day? How are you happy? Are you excited for every new thing that you're doing today? Or are you just irritated and complaining and upset, but you still every morning do your affirmations and every evening do your affirmations and do your visualization, but then you just like go into your day like bitching and complaining. So when you take action and you are in a state of frustration and lack and hate, when you take action in those emotions, you're just going to attract more of that to you. But when you take action in a state of abundance and love and excitement, you're going to attract more of that. So I'll give you a little example, and I've given this example in my past videos. When it was time for me to buy my car, we found a car that was very similar to what I wanted. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I was like, I'll take it. So I called the dealership and they were like, and I said, I'm going to be traveling a couple hours to get to you. I want to make sure that when I get there, the financing, the warranty, like I'm all set up with everything so I can just come test drive the car and sign some paperwork and drive away with the car. And they were like, oh yeah, no problem. Especially in this situation with social distancing, we can totally do that. And so then they wanted to talk to my husband because makes the most money in our house. So they wanted to talk to him about the financing. So they did, like we filled out an application online together, and then they wanted to talk to him and they said, oh, well, we're not going to run your credit or deal with the financing till you get here. And I was just like, that's not what I wanted. And then they were like, well, if you can get here tomorrow night, and it was during the week, and we were going to have to wait till my husband got off work, and we were going to have to travel up to the Seattle area, and it was just going to be like 7 o'clock before we got there. And then, if you've ever bought a car and had to go through all that crap at the dealership, it can take 3 or 4 hours. It's ridiculous. And that's why I wanted everything in place. And so, my husband was like, okay, I'll get off work tomorrow early and we'll drive up there. And I'm just like, you know what? No, because number one, it's not even the exact car I want. Number two, I asked them to do this for me and they're not doing it for me. And number three, what a pain in the butt. Like, I don't want to drive this car that I don't even know back down here to Vancouver at, 10 o'clock, midnight or whatever on the freeway. No, that sounds horrible to me. We're not doing it. We're not going. So that was, if I would have acted in that and said, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do whatever it takes, even if it feels horrible. That's not acting in alignment with good feelings. And so I was just like, I'm not in a hurry. I need to find the car that I want. And then literally the next day, my husband browsing through on his computer at work found the car that I really wanted. And so I called them and told them the situation. Look, it's a 5-hour drive for me to get to you. I'm not going to be able to do it until this weekend. You know, I would like financing, warranty, and possibly you to hold the car so I'm not driving there for nothing. And they said, okay, no problem. And within 24 hours, I don't even think it was 24 hours. I think it was that afternoon. We had financing, warranty in place. I put a very small deposit for them to hold the car for me on Saturday. We drove there and it just worked out perfectly. It was just perfect. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like, we literally drove there. We filled out some paperwork. There was a little bit of a delay because their computers were acting crazy because it was pouring down rain, and I think their internet connection was messed up. But, you know, they ended up working that out just because the one company, they couldn't even get to the website, so they ran us on another company for financing and actually got us a better interest rate, so it worked out even better than expected. And that's what I'm talking about with taking action, with being aligned in that inspired, creative place. So I didn't want to get my dream car and have the experience of buying it being this horrible experience. I wanted to buy my dream car having this wonderful experience of just excitement and perfection and, you know, it working out better than expected, and it did. And that's just the attitude I had through all of that. So that's what you do. Like, you know, you want that dream car. Yeah, you sit down, you write out, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have my blah, blah, blah car. And then you close your eyes. And I mean, literally, this takes like less than 5 minutes. You close your eyes and you imagine what it's like to be like grabbing that steering wheel and you know, driving down the street and watching people. You know, I have a Bumblebee Camaro, and you know, the little kids, it's just great. They like point at it, look, it's a Bumblebee. And that's so cool. So, you know, that's what I imagined before I had my car. I would imagine people like, you know, little kids pointing at it and people watching me drive by, and it just being my vehicle. You know, it's just my vehicle. I run to the post office when I, you know, daily when I ship my stuff, and I go to the grocery store and put groceries in the back of my car. You know, it's today I'm meeting someone at the mall to sell this very cool vintage fold down picnic table that I bought at a garage sale a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to be meeting them in my dream car, and it's totally cool. So you imagine those things. Like, what is that? What does it feel like to be like, you know, parking at the grocery store in your dream car, or traveling to the coast if that's what you like to do, or, you know, taking it to a car show, or, you know, just whatever it is that you are looking forward to doing in your dream car. You have that visualization, but then when you get into your minivan or your pickup truck or your beater or whatever it is that day, don't get in that car and go, oh, God, I am so sick of this car. I wish it was my dream car. Because then you're just bringing all that vibration and all that alignment down to lack and frustration. You get in that car. I got to the point where I got into my minivan that I'd been driving for 16 years, which was absolutely wonderful, and I totally appreciated it. I would get in that car every morning and I'd pat her on the dash and I'd say, thanks for being such a good van. Thanks for getting me where I'm going. Thanks for, you know, having plenty of room for my groceries. Thanks for having plenty of room to put all my reselling stuff in. That's what I did. And so that is where that acting from alignment comes. You have to, you know, if you want that dream house, you picture that dream house, you thank the universe for having that dream house, and then you go into your day and get online and look at all the amazing houses out there. And when you are in your own house that you are in presently, your current physical reality, thank that house for everything that it gives you. Even if like the dishwasher broke, well, you still have a sink and a counter, you can still wash dishes. You know, if your bedroom isn't decorated the way you want it to be, fix it up a little, you know, clean it up, turn it into your little, you know, your small dream house. And when you start doing that and appreciating what you have right then, it turns into this huge, you know, that huge dream house. And it's like, you're like, well, how does that happen, Shelly? How do I get in my dream house when I'm only making this much money, and then and this is what it costs, and how am I going to do that? The how isn't the part that you need to worry about, because things happen. People fall into these amazing situations all the time. Maybe you have a friend of a friend and they're leaving for a year and a half to travel abroad, and they need someone to move into their amazing farmhouse for a year and a half and take care of their horses and their goats and their dog or something. And they know that you know, are really good with animals, and that you take really good care of your house because they've been to your house and they saw how great you decorated your tiny little house. And they're like, she might be the perfect candidate to move into your farmhouse for a year and a half while you travel abroad and take good care of everybody. And you go interview for that, and you've got that gig, and you get to move into this beautiful dream house. And yeah, it might only be for a year and a half, but what could that balloon into? You don't even know. Maybe at the end of the year and a half, they're like, you know what, we're going to keep doing this, and we need you to stay there for 5 more years, or what. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it can come in any way. So, but you have to act. You thought I was talking to you. Okay. Laugh out loud. I thought you were talking to me. Well, I am talking to you, Miss Valerie. Anyways, it's just, you have to start choosing to be happy and to be in that inspired, happy, loving, abundant place all the time. And that's what changes things. And are you going to fall back? Are you going to get a flat tire and it's just going to be like, ugh? Yeah, but when you get to a point where you look at that flat tire, like, what is the opportunities here? Like, I might meet, like, somebody might stop and help me that might be another reseller that wants to get out of their business, and they're like, oh my God, would you like to buy my inventory? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the universe works in amazing ways. I just read this. In fact, I posted on Facebook, and who was it that said it? I think it was out of Alice in Wonderland, maybe? No, maybe not. But anyways, it said everybody wants a magical solution to their problems, but no one wants to believe in the magic. And that's where you have to get, that you believe in the magic of the law of attraction. Because when it starts to happen to you, it is magic, and it clicks, and you're just like, wow. And some of us, I've done things where I've attracted like a new house when I was a young mom and Madison was just starting to walk, and we were living in this tiny little like 900 square foot house, and I was just going crazy with this, you know, 1-year-old that was getting into everything because we had so much stuff crammed in this tiny house. And I started doing some affirmations from this book that I read, and within 2 weeks my aunt called and said, hey, we need to rent out our house so we can buy this other house. Would you and your husband be interested in renting our house? And it was actually like $200 cheaper than where we were. And I was like, yeah. And then I just stopped. I was like, well, that worked, that's cool. And then I just stopped and went on with my life, bitching and complaining about things. And it was like, why, you know, that was 23 years ago, 22 years ago. Why did I stop then? I don't understand why I stopped doing it. But you don't stop doing it. You take, like, I've had this car in my driveway since the end of May, beginning of June, because we got it, I think we bought it on the 29th of May, and we brought it home like on the 1st of June. And because we turned it into a little visit road trip. And you know, here it is, June, July, August, 3.5 months, and I still, every time I walk out my door, I'm just like, this is amazing. When I park it at the grocery store parking lot, and I park it a little far out away from other cars because I'm now a car snob. You know, I turn around and look at it and I'm just like, oh my God, that's so cool. That's my car. I used to find those cars in a parking lot and I would park close to them and then I would take a picture and be like, ooh, look what's following me around, you know, and now it's my car. I get to walk out of the grocery store or the post office or, you know, the craft store or a garage sale. You know how cool it is to go garage sailing in your dream car? It's amazing. I'm still appreciating it. I'm not going to get over it. My husband just cracks up at me because every morning, well, just about every morning, I tell him goodbye at the door and I like walk him to the door, give him a kiss, and then we, you know, joke about stuff as he's walking out to his car. And I'm like, honey, and he'll go, what, dear? Because he knows what I'm going to say. And I go, did you see what's in the driveway? Isn't that car amazing? It's so shiny and beautiful. And he's like, yes, dear, your car is so beautiful. So, like, I don't want to ever lose that. I appreciate it so much. It was so great how it happened, and I'm so grateful to have it. And I'm not going to stop being grateful. I'm not going to take that car for granted because it's just awesome. I wanted that car for years, and it's amazing that I have it. When you called your dog old lady. Oh, I would never call you an old lady, Valerie. My dog is definitely an old lady. Oh my God. Maybe I don't know if I can take this camera off and without making you guys all seasick and show you. Okay, my Missy, there she is. Oh, her stretching and groaning. Oh, poor old woman. She's having some issues. And hopefully, just stay up there now. Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyways, you guys all have a great Wednesday. I just wanted to talk about that because so many people think that the law of attraction is just about doing a few affirmations, doing some visualizations, and then moving on with your day and just being the same person. And you have to start changing who you are to attract better. You have to start feeling better. You know, if you are wanting to lose weight, make one meal today a better meal. Eat some salad or have a smoothie, or, you know, if you're doing high protein, you know, like I bought some low carb tortillas. So this morning we had tacos last night. So I'm going to have a low carb tortilla taco for breakfast today. And, you know, so just like start doing that. If you want to start working out, start doing 5 sit-ups or 5 push-ups a day for the next 30 or 40 or 100 days or something. I talked about that yesterday in my video about how you can just start super small. You don't have to start doing an hour workout. Start doing 5 minutes of yoga. You know, start taking a 10-minute walk around the block with your dog or something, and that will just snowball. Just start small. If you start small, it's so much easier. If you get sick of how much you weigh and you just are like, I'm going to work out for an hour and I'm going to starve myself and only eat 800 calories, you're going to fail because it's just too much change all at once. You have to take little tiny bites. So when you're in traffic and you usually wouldn't let that person in because you're like, they can't just take cuts, let them in. You don't know what their issue is. Maybe their kid dropped their sippy cup and they were trying to get it for them because they were screaming and they missed, you know, the sign saying to get over or whatever, or, you know, whatever. Even if they are a jerk, let them in. Don't be a jerk too. 2 wrongs do not make a right. You know, just get out there and be kind to yourself and do good things. You know, tell the checker how pretty her earrings are. Let people in traffic, you know, fix up your house so it makes you smile when you walk into it. Appreciate your vehicles, love your family. If you're in a relationship and you want it to be better, be the better person. Go buy her flowers, or go, you know, turn on his favorite show or cook him his favorite meal. Like, be that person, and then things will change, I promise. Okay, I'm going to go. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well, Regina says. Well, I'm doing well. Okay, Have a great day. I'm really going to go this time. Thanks for watching, Regina and Valerie. I appreciate you guys so much. Bye. Oh, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Bye.